Today in geometry, we are talking about 6.6. It's measures of circumference in a circle. So I simplified that to circumference. So the same thing applies for similar circles as it does for similar polygons. Only in this case, instead of perimeter, we have circumference. So the circumference of one over the circumference of the other is equal to the radius of one over the radius of the other, which is equal to the diameter of one over the diameter of the other. So that's just kind of to reiterate, similarity goes the same in almost any shape as long as they are similar shape, because similarity means that they are the same shape. They're different sizes, but they are the same shape, so their proportions should stay the same. Okay. Moving on to circumference. So there are two different formulas for circumference. We've got pi times the diameter, or 2 pi r. If you'll notice, diameter and 2r are exactly the same thing. The diameter is always twice the radius. So they gave you the two different formulas just to make it a little easier if you're trying to solve for something. But for me, sometimes it's easier to just, I always end up doing 2 pi r, and if I happen to have the diameter, well, I guess I do use pi times diameter then. Anyways, your book wants you to use pi as being 3.1416 for this section. I am going to be a little bit lenient on this in your work if you end up using the pi in like the scientific calculators instead of trying to type in 3.1416, because that can make your finger tired. And I know we're all about being lazy right now because we're all on the computers sitting in our homes in our pajamas. So, you know, I'll be a little lenient on that because I still use pi in the calculator. It is quicker. Okay, so for this, moving on past circumference, we also get something known as arc length in this section. So what is arc length? Well, arc length is in a circle, okay? So in a circle, we were talking the other day about having central angles. So the central angles cut off something known as sectors. We discussed this back when we first talked about what circles were and how all of those were found. So we have a sector. So arc length is this measurement of a circle's circumference based off of the angle at the center of the circle. So for this, you have the sector angle over 360 is going to equal the arc length over the circumference. Makes sense. We're taking part of 360, so we're going to take the same proportion of the circumference. So they have it simplified down to theta over 360 equals S over C, with S standing for arc length and theta standing for that central angle of the sector. I'm going to start off by doing a couple examples for you. So I'm going to show you how to find circumference just in case we've forgotten. So I've got my phone as my calculator here. Okay, I don't think you can see it, but that's okay. So we're going to try and find the circumference. So I'm going to use 2 times pi times my radius, which is 2.2. So I'm going to do 2 times 3.1416 times 2.2. And that's going to give me my circumference equaling 13. It goes on 82304, but I'm going to stop there. And it is in inches. So I'm going to put my inches, I'm going to circle it. We're done with that problem. You guys should remember this from pre-algebra or algebra 1. Either which way, it's kind of fun. I like doing these. It's a good relaxing thing compared to some of the other formulas we have done. So for this one, we're given the diameter. So I'm going to do C equals pi times 7.8. So I'm going to do circumference equals 3.1416 times 7.8. And just to show you, yes, I am typing it all out. It doesn't really take that much more time. Okay? And that's going to give me 24.50. And this is in feet. Okay? So that is our circumference for that one. Not bad, huh? These two types of questions should be pretty easy. If you were going backwards and say they gave you the circumference and they wanted the diameter, you would just simply do the circumference divided by pi. So to show you that, I have my circumference here. If I wanted to find my diameter, I would just divide it by 3.1416, and it's gonna give me 7.8. So see, it gave me my diameter anyways. That's just going backwards. It's not that hard. Just remember, divide by pi if you're trying to find the diameter. And if from the diameter they wanted you to find the radius, divide by 2. And it gives you the radius. Okay? So, final example is finding arc length if you're given theta and you're given the diameter. So, if we remember, we have theta over 360 equals arc or sector arc length over circumference. So I'm going to set this up. 116 over 360 equals my arc length over, ooh, what is my circumference? Pi times my diameter. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and cross multiply here just because sometimes, actually, I'm going to show you a little shortcut. Cross multiplying does make things a little bit easier, but I just realized I can use this time to teach you guys this. I can actually just multiply both sides by pi times 17. Because it'll cancel out over here and it just leaves you with your sector left over. So I can do pi times 17 times 116, divide all that by 360. So I've got 3.1416 times 17 times 116, and that is, if you don't believe me, there it is, 6195.2352. I'm going to keep all of that because from this I'm going to go straight into divided by 360. And you're going to see I got my answer is 17.20 equals my arc length. Now, oh, that's going to be in inches. So 17.20 is going to be equal to my arc length. So if you can see from this, it looks like a lot, and honestly, a lot of this can just be done straight in your calculator or straight math. Like if you just multiply down the side, you can go straight into the division problem from it. So if you're doing this by hand, which I know y'all are most likely using a calculator, so just keep it like this. Okay, but if you're going by hand, it's okay. Just make sure you're following along with what you're doing and what you're supposed to be doing, and it works out just as well. You have a quiz today, and your quiz today is over everything that we've been going over this week. You will have a quiz probably Monday or Tuesday, no, Tuesday or Wednesday over this stuff. So make sure you're paying attention to this, okay? So similar circles have the same ratios as similar polygons. Circumference is pi times diameter, or 2 pi r. They want you to use 3.1416 for this section. I'm fine with you using it from the calculator, but if you're doing it by hand, there's your number to use. And then arc length is equal to the theta over 360 equals arc length over circumference. Okay, if you have any questions, send me an email, let me know, and I will get back with you as soon as I possibly can. For the most part, just pay attention, do your work, and if I see that you guys are struggling too bad with stuff and that my videos are getting viewed, I'll reach out or I will review the section again. Okay, y'all have a good day.